Good morning to all. I am Himanshu Srivastav. Today we'll study the chapter 3, The Little Girl by Catherine Mansfield. This video contains line-wise explanation of the story and at last the summary. The notes of this chapter will be given in the description box of this video. So let's start the chapter with the introduction. The title of the story refers to the main character that we will come across, the little girl named Kezia. The theme of the story is the relationship between children and their parents, and the writer Catherine Mansfield wants to tell us that children share a very important bond of love with their parents. Although, when children are small, when they are young, they do not feel that their parents love them because their parents are strict and many actions of the parents seems unjustified. But as children grow up, they realize that all the acts done by their parents were beneficial for them. The parents were concerned for them, and beneath the strictness lies a heart full of love for the children. Means when they grow up, they start understanding the reason behind the strictness of the parents. And this bond of love between parents and their children has been highlighted through this story. So let's start the story. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reason for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. When we all are small. When we are very small, we do not know why our parents are being strict with us. But as we grow older, we become mature and realize why they were being strict with us. And when we realize that thing, then we also realize that our parents love us. So even the reader can also relate to this. You all can also feel that when you were younger, the action your parents did, the strictness that they had towards you was for your betterment. And as you will grow older and older, you will realize that in the past, whatever acts your parents did were for your betterment, and in fact, they really loves you. They really care you. That's why they did so. This story is about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding. Will probably find an echo in every home. Means this will be present in almost every home. Okay. All the children also have the same feeling towards their parents, and you can relate to Kezia's story very well. Now starting with the first line. To the little girl, he was a figure to fear and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." A figure to be feared means a person to be feared. Means the figure is who? Kezia's father. The opening line of story is indicating the fear that Kezia has for her father. And she is fearful of her father. She tries to avoid him and she tries to remain away from him. So every morning before going to office, his father comes to her room and give a casual kiss, and in reply she also says goodbye. Means here we are seeing the action of her father that is showing love for Kezia. And oh, there was glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Glad sense of relief means feeling relaxed. Fainter means lesser, lessen or reduce. Means when his father was going to office, that time carriages were there. So here we can make out the fear that Kezia has for her father. The writer says that when Kezia heard her father's carriage was going away from home and he was leaving home, that means the sound reduced, then Kezia would have a sense of relaxation. She will feel the sense of relaxation. She would feel relieved. Why? Because she feared her father. She was afraid of him. And in the evening, when Kezia's father would return home, she would hear his loud voice. What are the words that he heard of his of her father? Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers. Kezia, mother would call to her. If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. When Kezia's father returned home, he would start ordering to all different things. He would order for tea, for newspaper. He would ask the mother to go for newspaper. He would also ask her to get him his slipper. Also, Kezia's mother would call Kezia and tell her to remove father's boot in order to make her obey. She would say that if she is a good girl, she should surely obey the command. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push up open the drawing room door. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Kezia's fear for her father when she comes down the stairs quietly and unwillingly, that is showing that she fears for him for her father, because she comes unwillingly. She didn't want to face her father. Now just imagine Kezia's father sitting in the drawing room on a sofa wearing his spectacles, and he's looking at Kezia's over the spectacles. And now the way he looked at her terrified Kezia. She was horrified because maybe it seemed to her that he was staring at her. So this way she became afraid of her father. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. You don't know, if you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Kezia was reluctant in her work, very slow in her work. And so her father would tell her to hurry up and remove his boots and keep them out of the room. When her father asked if she had been a good girl, then she replied in a stammering way. Means she was not confident, she was in fear also. Then her father copied her the same way, and he told that if Kezia would stutter like that, her mother would have to take her to the doctor for a checkup. The reason of her stuttering is the fear. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father because she was trying so hard to say the words properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so raised about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here's Kezia. Carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Here the writer tells that Kezia never stammered while she spoke to other people. It was only when she talked to her father, means that time she fears. She was having lack of confidence, and that's why she stammered. Kezia's father looked at her and that feels something wrong with her. He asked Kezia that why she was so unhappy, and then he tells mother that she should teach Kezia to behave in a better way, and she should not appear as if she is so unhappy that she is about to end her life. Means her behavior, she was appearing very unhappy. She was not so active. That's why her father asked her. So he wants to say that Kezia seems to be so unhappy with her life. that she didn't want to live any longer. He hands her teacup and asks to place it back on the table. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. One Sunday afternoon, Grandma sent her down to drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. Here, this is the feeling, this is the vision that Kezia has for her father. She feels that her father was so big, like a giant. The writer says that Kezia felt that his father hand, his neck, these things are very big. Even his mouth also when he yawned. It seemed as if he was a huge monster. Means for Kezia, her father was a monster. And whenever Kezia thought about her father, she felt that she is thinking about a giant. Now, for every Sunday, Kezia's grandmother sent Kezia downstairs to the drawing room in order to spend some time with her parents. So Kezia was supposed to behave in a nice way and decent way in front of her parents and have a formal get together. That's why she was sent by her grandmother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched, and asked the time, then looked at her. Here we feel that Kezia felt a bit neglected. Every Sunday afternoon, when she went to her parents to meet them in the drawing room and have a nice talk with them, then she found that they were busy doing their own things. Her mother was busy reading and her father was busy in sleeping and snoring. So Kezia had this image of her parents in her mind. They did not talk with her, they didn't spend time with her. On the other hand, they were busy doing their own things. When she reached there, she found her father was asleep. He would just sit on a stool. She, Kezia, would sit on a stool and watched his father carefully till the time he woke up and stretched his body and then would ask the time and look at her. So till that time she saw her father. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stretched three sides. Kezia's father would compare Kezia to a little brown owl because she was continuously seeing her father. And he would say Kezia that she was staring him just like an owl. Now Kezia was not well. One day Kezia was not well. She was having cold, so she was supposed to stay at home. Then her grandmother suggested her that her father's birthday was approaching and she could make a gift for her father. She asked Kezia to make a pin cushion for her father and she also gave her a yellow colored fabric of silk to make the cushion. Kezia put in lot of effort to make the birthday gift. She used double cotton and she stitched three sides of the cushion to prepare the gift. Now after stitching from three sides, she thought what to fill it with. This was the question. That time her grandmother was out in the garden and she started wandering in mother's bedroom to look for scraps. Means to look for bits of paper of cloths to stuff paper or cloths to stuff in the cushion. So she started finding. On the bed table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into pieces and stuffed her case. Then sewed up the fourth side. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Means she was an innocent girl. On the when she entered into her mother's and father's bedroom, she saw On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of paper. She gathered them up and tore them into tiny pieces as she has to stuff the cushion. And then finally, she stuffed her cushion and shivered up the fourth side from fourth side. Now the cushion was ready. But Kezia has torn some important papers because at night there was lot of shouting in the house because her father was not finding a speech for the port authority because it has been torn into pieces and Kezia has stuffed it in the cushion. That's why his father was unable to find, but he was not knowing that Kezia had torn it. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. So Kezia's mother asked her that did she some papers lying on a table in her mother's room? Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. Now finally, the rooms all rooms were searched. Servants were also questioned. And finally, Kezia's mother came into Kezia's room. As an innocent girl, she did not intend to harm anyone. She was just preparing her birthday gift. So, very truly, she tells her mother that she found some pieces of paper and she needed them to stuff into the cushion. So, she torn them and prepared her surprise gift. Means she filled those into the cushion. That is the birthday gift that she had prepared for her father. But unknowingly, Kezia had done a great disaster. After hearing this, mother screamed and then she told Kezia to come straight down to the dining room. Now Kezia's father is full of tension because he was unable to find the important document. Kezia has torn it into pieces and now she will be scolded for the mischief that she had done. Now father came to know. Well, mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. Now, why is Kezia's father referring to the cushion that she has prepared a damn thing? Because he is angry. He is angry at the cushion because Kezia has torn his important document to prepare that cushion. That's why he referred it a damn thing. Now he's very angry and with Kezia and he stared at her and asked her if she had torn the papers. Kezia was so scared that she was again stammering as whenever she is in fear, she lack confidence, then she start stammering and at the same time the same was happening. Kezia's father ordered her mother to go and bring that cushion downstairs and asked her to put Kezia to bed at that very moment. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. I am going to beat you for this. Oh no no, she screamed, hiding her under the bedclothes. Kezia wanted to justify her action as she was innocent and she had prepared a surprise gift for her father. She was very sad when she came to know about the mischief that she had done. She had been happy that she had prepared a gift, but she had committed a disaster. Accidentally, she had committed a disaster. Now his father is about to punish her for the wrong act. But Kezia was so scared and she tried to hide under the seats. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. So finally, his father told her to sit up and hold out her hands. She was a small child. She did not know what was important and what was not. Unknowingly, she had torn the important documents and he was punishing her. He did not want to harm Kezia, but he wanted to give a lesson to Kezia that in future she should not touch anything that does not belong to her. That's why her father was going to punish her. But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. Kezia tried to explain her position, the reason. She said that she had been preparing a birthday surprise gift for her father. She was trying to explain him everything, but Kezia's father did not listen her excuses. He hit the palms of her little pink. He hit the palms of her with a ruler, and Kezia was so afraid. She had got beaten. Her father had hit her small little palms with the ruler, and many hours later, her grandmother took her in a shawl and was trying to pacify her. She made her sit in her lap on a rocking chair and she was trying to put Kezia to sleep. That time Kezia had clung her grandmother. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. Here is a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose. Go to sleep. Pit. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. Kezia was still not comfortable. She was crying and she said that God should not have made fathers. She hated her father. She was so innocent. She did not know what wrong she had done. She was only thinking that she was preparing a birthday gift for her father, and for that she was beaten. Her grandmother was trying to pacify her, and so she gave her a handkerchief to blow her nose and told to sleep. She said that she was trying to explain to him a reason for tearing the sheets of paper, but her father was not ready to listen her. So again we see that the child was so innocent. She was not realizing that her father hit her to teach her a lesson so that she did not touch anything that did not belong to her. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. Now, Kezia's grandmother had told her to go to sleep, but Kezia never forgot the beating that she had got. Whenever she saw her father approaching, she would keep her hands behind her back and she felt that maybe he would hit her again, means beat her again, and a red color flew into her cheeks. Means whenever she saw her father, she became scared. Here, writer is telling about Kezia's neighbor, Mr. McDonald. MacDonald had 5 children, and Kezia would peep at them through a hole in the fence of her own fence. She would see that family had a lot of fun. Mr. MacDonald play different kind of games with his children. So all the children along with their father would have a lot of fun. And here she was comparing her father and Mr. McDonald's. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulder. Two little girls hanging onto his coat pockets ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once he saw the boys turn the hose on him and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. Means he was saying that Mr. McDonald's were making fun with the son and daughter. The way all the children were so much attached to their father. They loved him so much that they would stick to him and they would run around the garden, around the flower beds, and they would laugh and laugh and laugh. KG also wanted to have such fun with her father, and she missed it. She was missing that. One day she saw that the little sons of Mr. McDonald opened the hose on him. They opened the water pipe and tried to make him wet, but Mr. McDonald was not angry. This was very strange for Kezia because her father was just opposite to Mr. McDonald. Then it was she decided there were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. That was all right in the daytime, but while Alice was putting her to bed at night, she grew suddenly afraid. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. So she saw Mr. McDonald and she realized that he was quite opposite to her father. She felt that God had made various kinds of fathers, means some good fathers, some bad fathers. Now, one day Kezia's mother fell ill, so she was taken to the hospital and grandmother also went along with her. Kezia was all alone at home with the cook. The name of the cook is Alice. The Kezia was fine during the day, but at night when she was going to bed, she started feeling scared. She asked the cook, Alice, that if she had a bad dream, what would she do all alone? I often have nightmares, and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It's all get whispery. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Kezia explained to Alice that when she had nightmares, she would go to her grandmother and she would sleep with her. So she said that she could not stay all alone in the dark because she would be scared. She could hear different kinds of whispering sound which made her feel that there was someone around her. Means she is scared a lot at night. She can't sleep in the dark room. Her grandmother was sleeping with her. So she asked, what will she do? Kezia's father was sleeping in the next room and Alice told Kezia to sleep quietly. She warned her not to scream and wake her father. And at this time Kezia was helpless. Anyhow, she slept, but the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her, a candle in his hand. She slept, but the same nightmare came in Kezia's dream. She would see a butcher. The butcher would have a big knife and a rope, and he was approaching to Kezia. He had a dreadful smile on his face, and once Kezia would see him, she would feel that she was unable to move. She was so much scared of him. She was terrified to see this butcher. When Kezia woke up, she was shivering. She was trembling and she saw that her father was standing next to her bed and he was holding a candle in his hand. So Kezia's father had heard her screams and he had heard that Kezia was calling for her grandmother and he had come to help her. What is the matter? He said. Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. Now he asked Kezia what was the matter. Why was she screaming? She was still scared of the nightmare. She said that there was a butcher. He was holding a dreadful knife, and he and that's why she wanted her grandmother. So father can see here we can see the affection that father has for her. He had already lived to Kezia to help her as he was knowing that she will scare of her nightmare. He lifted her and carried her to his bedroom and Kezia's father lay her in his next bed next to him and covered her with the top sheets. He lay down beside her, half asleep, still with the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tight to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. Now Kezia's father felt. Kezia was feeling affection for her father, and father's affection for her also. So she went close to him. She snuggled, so she moved into warm, in comfortable position to her father, and she held his shirt tightly so that she would not feel scared again. And now Kezia had overcome her fear of her father. Now she was not fearing from her father. Now once Kezia was with her father, she was no longer afraid. He asked Kezia to rub her feet against his legs so that they became warm. Tried out he slept before the little girl, a funny feeling came over her. So she, as Kezia's father was very tired, he slept before she did. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. Means here Kezia realized her mistakes and she had affection towards her father. She felt that her father was a poor man. He was so hard, he was not so big as she found him to be earlier. Now she felt that her father was a poor man who worked very hard. So she got tired and he went off to sleep and did not play with her like Mr. MacDonald did. But Kezia felt that her father's heart was also full of love. She realizes that she has torn up his important document, the speech that he has written. And all this realization makes her take a deep breath. Means she was realizing the wrong that she had done and the reason that for she was beaten. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream. Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big hurt you have got, father dear. Although Kezia's father was asleep, he heard her sigh. He heard the sound that Kezia made, and he asked her, what's the matter? Was she again watching a bad dream? Then Kezia replied to her father that she had placed her head on her father's heart, and she could hear his heartbeat, and she complimented her father that he had a big heart. So, Kezia is showing her love for her father, and as she had realized that her father also loved her. And this way she understood that actually her father loves her a lot. Now, coming to the summary. The Little Girl is the story of a little girl, Kezia, who misunderstood her father's strictness and usually remained scared of him. She kept a distance from him whenever he would be at home. And this way, this summary will help you out to understand the story in brief. So, this was the story, and I hope this will help you out to understand the whole story. Thank you.